around 2 o'clock and start to hurry their way to the east. And we're going to be seeing a couple rounds of showers with this storm system. So keep that umbrella handy, but you may be opening it and closing it multiple times throughout the day. Some lake effect showers and even a few rumbles of thunder possible in northwest Pennsylvania. This is a pattern very typical of snow squalls just a few months from now. And we do have the chance for a few snowflakes in Bradford overnight, Wednesday and into Thursday as the temperature drops below 32 degrees. The chance of over 2 inches of rain in Erie, but here in state
Coming up next, the latest on Hurricane Melissa and the devastating impacts.
Plus, how the government shutdown is negatively affecting families and impacting SNAP.
And participants of all ages join for the annual Thon 5K. The Center County Report starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Hannah George.
And I'm Patrick Gray. We start with breaking news. Hurricane Melissa is slamming the Caribbean island of Jamaica right now. Melissa intensified into a Category 5 storm, and overnight the island began feeling the effects of high wind and heavy rain. The Category 5 storm is about to make landfall this afternoon, and it's expected to unleash catastrophic flooding, landslides, and widespread damage. It's the strongest hurricane to hit the island since record-keeping began in 1851. The U.S. Defense Department has also released stunning video inside the hurricane's eye. The military said an Air Force Reserve crew flew multiple passes through Melissa to collect critical weather data. Now here's student meteorologist Filippo Formica with the latest on the storm.
Thanks, Patrick. An extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation, according to the National Hurricane Center, as Category 5 Hurricane Melissa is taking aim at the island country of Jamaica right now. Sustained winds of 185 miles per hour with gusts up to 220 miles per hour and a minimum central pressure of 892 millibars. The storm is set to make another landfall in Cuba later on this week before exiting out into the Atlantic Ocean. Here's the visible satellite imagery of Melissa right now. You can see the eye right along the southwestern coast and pushing water inland along the southwestern coastline of Jamaica right now. The rain still to come, upwards of 8 inches across much of the island, leading to those flash flooding concerns. This is the first Category 5 landfall since Hurricane Dorian. Catastrophic flooding and landslides likely, widespread infrastructure damage, and long-term power and communications outages. So a dire situation on the island country of Jamaica right now. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Filippo. In other news, as many as 9,000 Center County residents are set to lose food assistance on Saturday because of the government shutdown. Reporter Ryan Patterson has details.
As the government shutdown drags on, things are about to get a lot harder for some families. Federal Food Aid, known as SNAP, will not go out as of November 1st. That program helps about 1 in 8 Americans buy groceries and about 9,000 people in Center County.
Because of SNAP benefits being stopped, families don't have that excess funding to have food at home for the weekend like they did before.
Cuts in SNAP will leave lower-income residents looking for places like food banks to eat. The State College Food Bank is expecting an increase in demand in the coming month or so.
We're kind of bracing to see more people coming through our doors, and we're going to be needing to buy more food, which is more expensive, and we don't have our state money to do that. So we're kind of in an unfortunate situation right now.
Food bank volunteers work hard here to provide food for local families as demand increases during the shutdown.
We still have as much food. We still have the resources to buy food. The Scouts just did their annual drive this weekend, and we got over 26,000 pounds. So we're ready to meet the need.
Pennsylvania has 2 million SNAP recipients who will lose their benefits until the shutdown ends. In State College, I'm Ryan Patterson for the Center County Report.
The Trump administration says it does not plan to tap into roughly $5 billion in contingency funds to keep SNAP benefits going.
Police are still investigating today after a deadly shooting on a Pennsylvania college campus. At least 1 person was killed and 6 others injured in the shooting at Lincoln University in Chester County. It happened on Saturday night during the historically black university's homecoming weekend. The FBI is asking the public for videos and photos from the incident. At Penn State, graduate student workers are voting this week on whether to unionize. Teaching, research, and administrative support grad assistants are eligible to vote. The Pennsylvania Labor Relations Board approved the election. Penn State faculty and staff are also working on unionization efforts.
As tuition costs rise and the job market remains unstable, many are wondering if college is still worth the cost. Reporter Gigi Jones takes a closer look.
Across the country, colleges and universities are facing a growing challenge, proving that a college degree is worth the hefty price tag. For many families, the key question has become, is the investment paying off? High tuition, rising student debt, a tough job market, and lower starting salaries for some jobs have many questioning college. Institutions are increasingly using the language of business, return on investment, or ROI, to sell the value of their degrees. For students like Penn State journalism major Hugh Kibera, the value is there.
Penn State definitely sets you up for success, and I think it is a great school no matter what the financial assistance is.
Without it, he says he wouldn't have the opportunities he has now. Kibera also received a scholarship and says without it, he may not have chosen to attend Penn State.
Going to college is costly out of state, and I wanted to be in a financial situation where I'm not really in that much of debt after my 4 years, because if I did pay for college, it would be on me.
But others are choosing different career training options, like trade schools. Paul Jones is a longtime recruiter in the field, and he says, as the stigma of trades lowers, the number of students looking for that type of education rises.
More and more people are getting interested in career trades. Why? Because a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs, a lot of people want to work with their hands. Then also the stigma is starting to become a little less.
One report forecasts trade school enrollment to grow more than 6% annually over the next 5 years. In State College, I'm Gigi Jones for the Center County Report.
One national report shows the number of 18-year-olds nationwide who graduate from high school each year will drop by nearly 500,000 by 2041.
A college team that's won 3 national championships is now fighting for funding. Reporter Kate Delmonico tells you how the Penn State Lionettes are trying to save a trip to a national competition.
They train as athletes and perform with precision. For the 3-time national champions Penn State Lionettes dance team, a trip to nationals is normally part of the season. But this year, something is standing in their way. The team recently learned that due to university budget cuts, they'd receive no funding to compete at the UDA College Nationals in Orlando.
As dancers, it's a privilege to compete against the top programs in the nation in itself. It's also just such a privilege to represent Penn State, not just at nationals, but every single day.
The team now has to raise $70,000, $2,800 per dancer, to make the trip happen. Senior captain Nikki Romano turned to social media to ask for help. Fellow team captain Abby O'Shea says the response has been overwhelming.
Dance teams across the country and dancers on other teams, coaches, big choreographers have all reposted and just sent us messages.
I'm here outside the Mary Beaver White building, where inside the Lionettes turn countless training hours into national titles. Last year, they tallied up more than 300 practice hours for nationals alone. This year, they are in here every Sunday preparing for the hopes to make it back to Orlando. Because dance is not recognized as a sport by the NCAA, the Lionettes aren't considered student athletes and receive no athletic funding.
We aren't then treated equally as other sports, even though we're pouring in the same amount of hours and working just as hard as other athletes are.
So far, they've raised 70% of their goal and say the funding setback has lit a fire for the team.
We're more motivated than ever to get our 2 routines to nationals and just perform them to the best of our abilities.
In University Park, I'm Kate Delmonico for the Center County Report.
The team is now accepting donations both online and by check. All fundraising details are linked on the Lionettes' social media accounts.
The countdown to Penn State's Thon is officially underway. Runners hit the streets for the annual Thon 5K over the weekend. I went to see how the run sets the tone for another year of fundraising and hope. 3, 2, 1, go! Runners of all ages laced up for the annual Thon 5K, a tradition that brings students, alumni, and families together to support the fight against childhood cancer.
Like anyone could be involved. You can walk it, you can run it. Some families even get involved as well as the parent organization goes and joins them in the race. So even if you're not racing, you're able to spectate.
The 5K raises money for 4 Diamonds, helping families of children battling pediatric cancer. But for many volunteers, the event is about more than just fundraising. It's a reminder of what Thon stands for.
Well, it's important to show up when you can, and the Thon 5K is a great way to support the kids.
Runners took off from here around 11 a.m., about 15-20 minutes in. We started to see people finishing. Now about 40 minutes in, we're seeing a whole nother round of runners completing the race. Whether they ran, walked, or cheered from the sidelines, participants say every step brings Penn State closer to a cure, 1 mile at a time. The Thon 5K kicks off a season of events leading up to Thon Weekend, which begins February 20th.
Stormy weather is on the way this week. We check the 7-day forecast coming up.
And could you run 100 miles in one day? See who did over the weekend, all for a good cause. Also coming up, Halloween week is here. We take you to some spooky spots across Center County.
When we first met Todd, he was singing a song, and I was like, wow, look at this kid with the biggest smile.
Todd's a joy.
Yes.
Todd's really is a great joy.
And you.
Learn about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Keep going, keep going.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
The Arboretum at Penn State has received a $25 million estate gift. Charles Smith's original $10 million donation in 2007 helped create the Arboretum. Now, a new $25 million gift from his estate after his death last year will help with future growth, along with educational and research initiatives.
Halloween week is here, and along with the fun, there are some actual spooky stories that haunt Center County. Take a look. While residents, businesses, and townships decorate in the spooky spirit of Halloween, some Center County spots have legitimate scary stories. Center County is home to more than a dozen locations that have been reported to be haunted or the location of a ghost sighting. Places in State College and in Center County have a bit of an eerie feeling, like here in this forest with its chilling winds, or even right here in Stack 51 of our very own Patty Library, where what transpired here years ago is a far scarier story than anything these books could ever hold. In 1969, a young Penn State student named Betsy Aardsma was murdered in the stacks at the Patty Library. Over the years, there have been reports of loud cries, sightings, and students feeling like they are being watched there. Author Matt Swain, who penned a book on the ghost stories at Penn State, says that's not all.
She looked down this row of books and saw, a young lady standing there. And then when she looked down, the woman had no legs. She was just from the waist up.
The library isn't the only place on campus said to be haunted. Schwab Auditorium and former President Atherton's grave are also supernatural hotspots.
Director of a play that was at Schwab Auditorium, I think this would be in the 80s or 90s. And he said that he saw a Revolutionary War soldier walk across the stage and then just disappear into the wall.
And in nearby Boalsburg, Duffy's Tavern, which opened in the early 19th century, has ghost stories of its own. Customers and employees have said a ghost still walks the halls. And get ready for some spooktacular fun in downtown State College. The 77th annual Halloween costume parade kicks off tomorrow. Lineup begins at 6:30 p.m. on Fraser Street, and the parade starts at 7, led by the State College Area High School Marching Band. The free event includes prizes for costumes in categories like the cutest, superheroes, witches and monsters, most unique, and best group.
And it's just 3 days till trick-or-treaters make the rounds in neighborhoods across Pennsylvania. In the center region, trick-or-treating is officially set for Halloween night on Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. There's also a trunk-or-treat event at the Penns Valley YMCA to provide family fun for all. Now, let's check the Halloween week weather.
I wanted to start with another update on Hurricane Melissa. The eye is currently moving onshore in Jamaica. We have no official record of landfall yet, but this is very close to making landfall on the island country of Jamaica. Now, closer to home here in Pennsylvania, some fair weather cumulus clouds, but overall a beautiful day to get outside, enjoy some of the last leaf peeping weather that we're going to see for a while. 48 degrees right now in State College, 34 our dew point, a northeasterly wind at 10 miles per hour. And that's the theme across much of the Commonwealth right now. We have high 40s and low 50s, even some mid 50s in Harrisburg and Philadelphia, 54 there, 53 in Erie, and 51 in Pittsburgh. Our radar and satellite not showing much, just some high-level cloud cover across the southern tier of the state, and that's due to this southern slider system that's going to be moving off the coast and is going to have no effect here in Pennsylvania. But this other piece of energy out to the west in Minnesota, that is going to be our main weather maker throughout the rest of this week. So let's time this all out. Going throughout the rest of the day today, a dry day, but as we go into tomorrow, the clouds will start to increase, and by tomorrow afternoon, right around dinner time, we'll start to see those showers move into the area, and overnight, Wednesday into Thursday, we could see some heavier downpours across the entirety of the Commonwealth, and as we go throughout the day on Thursday, some heavy rainfall expected here in Centre County. I mean, these reds could have some rumbles of thunder in there as well. So as that goes through, and Thursday night, there's a chance that we end up in a little bit of a dry slot as this system moves through. Clouds persist through Friday, but we could see 1 to 2 inches of rain across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania throughout this system. And I do think that we'll see at least one area hit 2 inches with this. So 51 degrees today, mostly sunny skies, and easterly wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Stepping into tonight, it's our third straight freeze, mostly clear skies, a low of 30, northeasterly winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And as we go into tomorrow, those showers start to move in the afternoon, especially by dinner time. 52 degrees our high, and easterly wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Very heavy rain expected on Thursday throughout the day. Again, 1 to 2 inches possible here in central Pennsylvania, but definitely somewhere in Pennsylvania we'll get 2 inches. Overcast skies throughout much of the weekend with temperatures in the mid to upper 40s. Our low temperatures in the high 30s, low 40s. So a very chilly end to the week.
It's going to be great for those kids that are dressing up for Halloween. Now, I got to ask, Filippo, are you dressing up as anything for the Halloween weekend?
You know, I had a thought of dressing up in a green jumpsuit so I could blend into the chroma key.
I like that idea. I'm very
idea.
excited to see what everyone does for their costumes. Thank you, Filippo. Now we're going to be heading over to Mariah with sports.
Coming up in sports, Penn State men's basketball hits the court for an exhibition game with the season opener just around the corner. And Penn State football gets ready to face the nation's top team on the road. We look ahead to the challenge.
Hey there, I'm Lance Bass, and this is Chip. And if you're like me, your pets mean the world to you. And if disaster strikes, saving them is a priority. Learn how to keep your best friends safe at AmericanHumane.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music.
Yeah.
Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
I'm Riley Zondo with sports. Penn State football is coming off after a bye week after losing 4 straight games. Next up is a big challenge on the road. Interim head coach Terry Smith met with media this week looking ahead to Saturday's matchup against #1 ranked Ohio State in Columbus. He says he hears what critics are saying as he's challenging the Nittany Lions to respond.
Obviously, no one's given us a chance. And I'm going to, reemphasize that to our team. I don't think we've ever been 20-point underdogs since I've been here. but it's motivation. You know, no one believes in us, and we're gonna come out and fight like we did at Iowa, but we're gonna fight a little harder.
Kickoff for Saturday's game is at noon, and you can listen live on Penn State Com Radio with our broadcast team in Columbus. Now to high school football. A local team got an unexpected playoff berth after another team forfeited the rest of their season. After the Whistle reporter Sophia Caruso reports.
1, 2, 3, family! Central Cambria and Bald Eagle essentially had their own playoff game tonight. Winner got a gift, another guaranteed week, and loser saw the season end.
All week we've been preparing for this, to given the opportunity to play, to get into the playoffs, and it's just a great feeling.
Bald Eagle needed some help when another team had to cut its own season short, opening up an unexpected playoff spot.
During the week, Bald Eagle was looking for answers. It started like most things do in small-town Pennsylvania, on Facebook. Bald Eagle got confirmation yesterday that they would have a chance at making the playoffs.
In other sports, the next team goes. So, you know, like I said, our superintendent and our AD did an outstanding job contacting District 6 and trying to, you know, push the vote because the bylaws, there was no bylaws for this. So they pushed the vote, and, you know, I think it was like a 16-1 vote or something to allow us or Central Cambria to make the postseason.
The Bald Eagle offense went through quarterback Grady Fisher. He scored the only 2 touchdowns in the game.
I just really wanted it tonight. You know, last year losing it or winning at Somerset, but not being able to go to playoffs, it messed with me. And, you know, being senior year, I want to go to playoffs.
On defense, you saw a shutout. Jackson Millward pulled in 2 interceptions, including this one.
Me being undersized, I knew they were going to take some shots on me, and I just saw the ball up in the air and just decided to go up and get it. Once you get up by a few scores, it's a great feeling because, you know, they're going to die down a little bit, and that's just momentum for us to keep carrying on.
The week started with the unknown and ended with the team seniors extending the season.
You can see highlights and post-game reaction from the top local high school games this Friday on our sports show After the Whistle. That's live at 11:30 p.m. on our YouTube channel, Penn State Student Media. Basketball season is here. The Penn State men's team opened the regular season next Monday at home. They won an exhibition game against Shippensburg on Sunday, 86-67. The Lions stormed out to a 19-0 lead just in the first 7 minutes of play. Their season officially tips off against Fairfield. Penn State men's hockey is on the road later this week to face Ohio State. The Nittany Lions are coming off a weekend sweep at home against Stonehill. Penn State celebrated on the ice after J.J. Weebush scored the winning goal with just 22 seconds left in the game, winning 3-2 on Friday. The Nittany Lions won Game 2, 4-2. And the 10-game winning streak continues for Penn State women's ice hockey. The team is also coming off a weekend sweep at home against Lindenwood. The Nittany Lions took Game 1 6-1 and followed it with a 5-0 shutout in Game 2. Penn State hits the road later this week to face Robert Morris. Now that's all I have for sports, but guys, do we really see Penn State football coming out to beat Ohio State?
No, absolutely not. I've watched a couple of Ohio State's games. They look fantastic. It's against many other teams. And so I'm just looking forward to watching the basketball team and the hockey team right now. And the hockey team looks fantastic right now. So
I would have to agree. I'm really excited to see what our other teams can do, but I've given up a little bit on Penn State. Well, thanks, Mariah. Coming up next, we look at the impact a Tuskegee Mountain race has on a Center County nonprofit that's helping a lot of people.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
There's been another deadly shooting at a local elementary school. According to authorities, the suspect acquired the gun from a family member's home before using it to take the lives of innocent children and teachers.
Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Take control at ready.gov/olderadults.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
The Tussey Mountain Bike Relay in Ultramarathon over the weekend raised thousands of dollars for a state college nonprofit. Catherine Schreiner reports.
Cheers fill the air at the finish line as runners end a grueling 6-hour run. Completing its 26th year, the Tussey Mountain Bike began with Mike Casper, who wanted to bring relays and ultramarathons to Center County. This year, management changed to Nittany Multisport with President Tom Leckleitner at the lead.
So this is, for the four of us, the first year running it on our own, and Mike is what I'm calling the race director emeritus.
Not only was there a change in management, but the amount of races as well. This year included runs ranging from 100-mile solos to a half marathon.
Over the years it's grown. It started with just 4 relay teams and 1 individual runner who came up from Duncansville to run it. It wasn't even advertised as an individual race.
Across this weekend, over 370 people crossed this start line and the finish line, and it's all for the Jana Marie Foundation. Every year, a local nonprofit is chosen to benefit from the race weekend. The Jana Marie Foundation works to help youth mental health and suicide prevention.
We have a lot of amazing community partners such as Tussey Mountain Bike that we can partner with throughout the year.
Founder Marissa Vasiri has been running the foundation in honor of her sister since 2012. She says events like this help allow them to give back to the community.
To just feel that love coming back, hear the ways that we've impacted people over the years, and to have them come out and support events like this just means the world to us.
In Boalsburg, I'm Catherine Schreiner for the Center County Report.
That's all for today's newscast. We hope you'll join us Friday for our next local news update.
But you can follow us anytime for breaking news on our Center County Report X, and you can see our stories on our Facebook page, Instagram, YouTube, and our website. Have a good afternoon.